Hello again, and welcome to, I guess, the second part of this envelope art tutorial. And this time I'm going to go over kind of stamps and name and address. So this is just kind of finishing off the whole look. If you're curious about just a very quick tutorial on this dot design here, I'm going to link to that previous video below, so check that out. So these are the envelopes I'm going to be sending out today. They're two of the same, and so let's start with stamps so that I can place the stamps and then know how much room I have left for the name and the address. All right, so let's talk stamps. Now, I love vintage stamps, and I think that anybody who's gone down like an Instagram rabbit hole of mail art probably has seen vintage stamps. But you don't have to use them, obviously. They are really cool and awesome, but if you just want to use regular stamps that are easy to buy either online at USPS.com or at a local post office, there are some really awesome ones right now that would be great for this Halloween theme that I'm going with right now. There are obviously just the spooky silhouettes ones that are their Halloween version. Obviously I've used most of the sheet, but this is really fun. They're really cool. They also have right now the sun science stamps that are also just super fun for Halloween, especially they have some really great orange ones if you like that. Then also these Pacific Northwest kind of raven style ones that are really cool. I love these. I think these are also really fun for Halloween. They've got that gold foil in them too. And then other than that, you just kind of take a look at what's out there, and maybe there is a Halloween theme that you can use. They're really cool Emilio Sanchez ones. I personally love these, but there's some really cool ones that have these kind of blacks and yellows and oranges that can be really fun for a Halloween theme as well. So just use your imagination, look at some color schemes. Sometimes the ones that you aren't necessarily drawn to can actually make a really cool impact for whatever theme you're using. But I also have a whole bunch of kind of Halloween-y themed vintage ones. These Edgar Allan Poe ones, I love these. I have some carnivorous plants that are really fun. And then these ones are just kind of like orange. And then I also have these, what are these called? The deep sea creatures that are just spooky and weird. And then these ones are just, I got because they're orange. So I have these Humphrey Bogart ones, and then these Ayn Rand ones that are fun because they're orange. And then I got these ones because they're all black. And this is just Alfred Hitchcock. And then I have some owls because that's also really cool. And then these ones just crack me up and I think are perfect for Halloween mail, the Giving Blood stamps. This is a very low denomination. It's only 6 cents. So I don't really use it in terms of the actual postage I'm trying to achieve, but I do like it as just an accent one. So for these ones today, I think what I'm going to do, and I have my phone nearby to do some math because sometimes I find it difficult to figure out what adds up to what with trying to get to 58 cents. I think I may do I think I'm going to go pretty simple. I think I'm going to do an Alfred Hitchcock on both of them, and then give one a Humphrey and one an Ayn Rand. And I'm not going to worry about the exact postage because these are all in the 30s. These ones are 32, 32, and 33. So it's going to be at least 60 cents, which is more than the 58 cents, which is the current just letter rate. So I'm all set there. Now, I like to keep all these selvage pieces. They're really fun for kind of collaging and just adding little bits and pieces. So I just have a whole kind of stack full of all these little selvage pieces too. And then a Humphrey. So some of these vintage stamps, these ones aren't as old as some of the other ones, but they are old. They can be a little delicate. So I like to be very careful when I'm tearing them apart. I do actually like to fold on those perforated lines and then tear them. So just be warned to be a little bit more careful with them. They're not as sturdy as the modern sticky stamps. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to do a very simple stamp placement. I'm just going to put them both up in the upper right hand corner like that. And I'm just using a regular old glue stick. Nothing fancy. You can use a tape runner if you want. You can use any type of glue. The only thing you don't want to do is you don't want to lick them and actually try to use the adhesive. First of all, they're just old stamps. I don't really know where they've been and how they've been. I don't really want to put my tongue on it. But second of all, the adhesive can deteriorate over the years. So the best way to ensure that the stamps actually stay down is to use an adhesive and not what's on the back of the stamps. There you go. There's one. Again, I'm sorry that if you can hear a whole bunch of birds and background noise. I'm filming this outside right now. One, because there's better light. Two, because it's just a really nice day. So you get to hear all the birds out here in the desert. Voila. Okay, I'm going to take all these stamps from just off to the side here. All right. So now that I have my stamps placed, I know exactly how much room I have for the name and the address. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the name big. I'm going to use the black Posca paint pen again, write it big and probably in, faux calligraphy style. Then I think I may outline it with another color and then just write the address pretty simple with a black pen. So let me pull up my information. So these are actually going to be going to some of my patrons on Patreon. So I just have their addresses just in my little phone address book. So I have those right here. So that's what I'm pulling up. All right. And actually what I'm going to do first is I'm going to write the name in pencil to give myself some guidelines. And they're actually pretty long names. So what I think I'm going to do is I think I may overlap the pattern here. And then because I'll outline it in a bigger color, it should still stand out over the dots. So let's try it and see. Now, if you don't have any type of lettering or calligraphy skills, you definitely don't need it. Just write it in your regular old handwriting. There's nothing wrong with that. I would not call myself a calligrapher or any expert in it at all. I did take an online course that has really helped me out. So that's this wasn't natural by any means. I had to take a class to learn how to make anything resembling anything that looks good. And I can actually link to that down below as well, because it's an online course that I would highly, highly recommend. All right, so there's the name. Actually, it stands out pretty well against the pattern as it is, but I still think I'm going to outline it. But I'm going to let the paint dry a minute. The paint pen. Now, I brought out my white and my yellow Jelly Roll pens just because I'm in a Halloween theme here. I think I may want to use the yellow one for this one because it would kind of pick up the yellow in this stamp here, and I may use white on this one. But again, it's just kind of whatever style you like and how you end up like doing it. And I mean, this is as much thought as I put into it. Sometimes I just sit here and I think about it and I have a vague idea and I just make something. I don't do a whole lot of sketching or, writing out ahead of time because perfection doesn't matter to me. So if you're someone who really likes to have a plan, you can sit here and you can pencil everything out and then go over it with a permanent marker, but you don't have to. It can be very off the cuff. That's totally okay. There you have it, guys. It's really that simple. The only thing I'm gonna have left to do is actually write out the address, which I'm probably just gonna do with this Micron just black pen and just in regular block letters, nothing fancy. And then I can see a little bit of the pencil line, so I'm gonna erase that. And then I'm going to put my return address on the back, just in the bottom part here, because the envelope flap is, decorated. So I'm just gonna write my address here. And there you have it. There's a very simple but fun envelope art tutorial for you. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if there's anything else. Here's my cat coming to say hi. Let me know if there's any other mail art tutorials you'd like to see from me. Thanks.